Right, so we're going to begin in Wuchi stance. So this is very similar to yoga, the mountain pose. So it's keeping your feet shoulder width apart and just rocking slightly to feel where that meeting point is between the soles of the feet and the ground. That Yang Chun point right on the base of the foot means bubbling spring. So it's where the energy is coming up through the earth, through the feet, and rising like sap. So we're just gonna rock a little bit on the feet, just to get that sense of balance, that sense of planting the feet on the ground. Just beginning to soften the knees a little bit, so it's like you're getting ready to perch on the edge of a bar stool. So you're getting that softness, and then just checking up through the body. So just tilting the hips slightly so that the back is straight and engaged. Shoulders nice and soft. And just allowing the arms to fall naturally to the side. So nothing should be resisting this. Just falling softly into place. And the head, the chin just tucked in slightly. Almost imagine like a golden thread coming from the crown, reaching up towards the heavens. So this is the beginning and the end of any practice involving the acupressure points. It's a good one to stand in. So just taking a few nice, long, slow breaths, allowing yourself to settle, allowing the thoughts to settle. Wuji stance or Wuchi stance is that stillness before action. It's that nothing from which everything springs. Okay, so from the Wuji stance, we'll start by just rubbing the palms together to generate energy from the Lao Gong point that I told you about last week, the Palace of Calm in English, Lao Gong. I'm just getting some nice heat generated between the fingers and the hands. So since this is talking about spring, we'll just rub some more energy, some more heat in the Lao Gong, the Palace of Calm. And then we just take that heat and we just start to massage all around the knees. The sides, the inside, the outside, and just below the knee joint. Just really inviting that healing energy into the joints. Doing both sides. And taking that soothing heat. That's it. So doing the front to the shin. Just below the knee. Yeah, perfect. That's it, wonderful. So we're going to be covering quite a lot of the liver and gallbladder points there as well. We will begin with a bit of a shakedown. So we're just going to let the arms shake out any stress, any tension, like we're shaking off droplets of water off the arms. Get these shoulders involved as well. So really lifting up those arms and just shaking off all that tension and stress. Getting the rest of the body involved, so we're kind of like bouncing off the balls of the feet. It's like a little dance. Getting the legs involved, giving the legs a good shake, letting everything hang loose. The back, the shoulders. That's it. Get a little bounce going. And if you end up smiling, that's not a bad thing. It's just releasing all that tension. So we'll begin by doing some patting. So it's nice to start with the arms out. So we'll begin with the left arm out, and we will go with the right, gently down the arm, across the hand, fingernails. Turn the hand over. Ooh, tapping that loud gong. Bringing up through the yin channel. And we can do this as many times as we like, so we can do it 3 times or 6 times or 9 times, whatever you feel like. And you get the shoulder in there as well, so pat around the shoulder. There's lots of points and meridians here to do with the heart and lungs, so it just kind of gets the breathing going. It's alright. And then change hands. Like Bill's just done. So make sure we do both arms quite thoroughly, the hands and the shoulders, up into the neck a little bit. And it's up to you how hard you do this. You know, don't slap yourself if it hurts. Do it gently if you need to. And then we will go over the chest. So we can do this by either fingers, the fingertips, or we can form loose Tarzan fists, just nice and loose. And make sure that we're going over the collarbones and into the shoulders, just to get all those acupressure points on the upper part of the chest. That's it. Yeah, perfect. Down into the sternum. And then we will cover the gate of hope. So just making sure that we're going all around the ribs. There's a few really important points here that we don't want to miss. So this might be a nice combination of loose fists and fingers just to really get in there. All over the belly. That's it, hips. And down the legs on the outside, over the feet if we can get that far down, and then up the inside. That's it. And again, you can do this 2 or 3 times, you can do it several times over, whatever feels right, or what you feel. So just focusing on getting the buttocks involved, because that's where the gallbladder meridian is. Yeah, and using the back of the hands to get into the lower back. That's it. You can either get the fists in there, give it a bit of a massage with the back of the hands with a loose fist. Really warm that area up. That's the area of the kidneys. That's where the kidney chi, life energy, is really stored. So we can do a bit of a combination of massage and a bit of patting. So get as far as we can up the back. So doing a bit of patting with the side of the hand, the thumb, just to try and make sure we can get as far up the back as we can. It's not always easy. One hand to pat one side of the back and the shoulders. That's perfect. Yeah, so back over the shoulder blades. So we're going down here, that's it. On the other side. Brilliant. So we'll do a nice little bit of tapping on the face. Again, there's the stomach meridian. Quite a number of points on the face, but it gets the blood going all over the forehead, between the tip of the nose and the lip, under the eyes, gently, just following that eye socket bone. Follow the edge of the eye socket to the corners, and then over the eyebrows, into the corners where the eyebrows meet the bridge of the nose. And just follow what feels nice, where it feels needed. Perfect. Going over the scalp. We store a lot of tension in the scalp. It often gets very tight. So just getting that blood going nicely. Again, don't slap yourself too hard, just go with what pressure feels right for you. And then down into the occipital area, so the hairline, where the top of the spine meets the base of the skull. So that's an important point there that we're going to talk about. Just getting into that indentation there. You can even give it a little massage if you want to with the tips of your fingers, just nice circular movements. Put a little bit of pressure in there if you want to. So, perfect. Wonderful.
I could just drop into a puddle. You know what I mean? I just feel so relaxed. I could just...
Yeah, it's relaxing, isn't it? Yeah, that's the point. So with that, now that we've stimulated the chi throughout all the meridians, what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of knocking on the gate of life. So we're almost imagining that the spine is like a rotating bar, and we're just starting to invite a little bit of movement. Just that slight rotation from the spine. So we're not trying to force the movement, we're not turning to the side, we're actually staying facing forward. We're just letting the spine do the work. And then just allowing the hands and the arms hanging loose to just pick up a little bit of momentum. So that gradually, almost like the swinging of the arms, begins to pick up that rotating movement. And then as we do that, we might notice that the backs of the hands begin to make contact with the lower back and begin to make contact with the front. That's it. Just keeping those knees nice and soft and the hands soft, shoulders soft. Just letting the arms just gather their own momentum. And just begin to really invite that contact with the kidneys, the lower back, the mid back, and the fronts of the hands round the front, around the gate of hope, liver and gallbladder meridians at the front of the body, getting involved. Perfect, yeah. And then just letting that movement gradually slow down. Bringing it to a gentle standstill. And just staying in Wu Chi for a moment. Remembering that there are moments of action and there's moments of stillness, and it's important to balance the two. It's like the counter forces of yin and yang, so yin's very still and yang's very active. So from the Wu Chi stance, now that we've activated all the meridians and got the energy going, shook off some of that stress, we're going to begin with the practice. We're just going to invite gathering up energy from the earth. So as the sap's rising and the spring's coming, we're just going to work with that energy a little bit. So we're just going to circle the palms out, keeping them nice and soft, and just as we breathe in, so we're picking up that energy from the earth, through the palms, through the lao gong, and then breathing it out, sighing it out, bringing it back down to earth. And again, inhaling through you can do it through the lao gong, or you can do it through the Yang Chun point, the bubbling spring at the base of the foot, just inviting that energy upward, and then sighing it out. The important thing is to work with the breath, whatever breath rhythm you have. And you can do this as many times as you like. Some people like to do it 6 times. Just do it however many times you feel you want to. just come into a natural close whenever you feel ready, back into Uchi, just letting the hands hang loose. And then we're just going to begin to bring those palms up towards the heart. But then one's going to carry on going up towards the heavens and hold the heavens up, and the other one's going to simultaneously push down. And again, we're doing this with the breath. And then we just begin to gather up the energy from both sides, and then we're bringing it back, like we're swapping the heaven and the earth energy around, crossing over at the heart, and then we're pushing up into the heavens and pushing down into the earth, like we're setting down roots, and we're bringing new growth. And then, so whenever the breath ends, just find yourself shifting that back into movement again. So using the exhale to push down and up. Notice a pause, and then as you inhale again, you start that again. So setting down roots and pushing the leaves up to the heavens. Do it nice and slowly, intentionally. It's like we're holding the heavens up. And then whenever you're ready, just bringing those palms together over the heart space, like you're holding a little ball of light, and just allowing that to come down to rest. And just noticing that moment of stillness. Oh, that's interesting. You're tingling. Where are you tingling?
Fingers.
Fingers, yeah, to the cheeks. You can feel the chi in the palms. A lot of people say that, and a lot of martial artists then use that, they channel that. So that's the first two practices. We're going to do another one now that is called opening the heart. So again, beginning from the Wuchi stance, just inviting that energy, that sap rising up through the earth. And with the inhale, we're just allowing the arms to float gradually up, kind of effortlessly, just opening out. So we're opening up to the world as far as we can, that we're ready to embrace the world. And then just gradually, slowly bringing that to center, over the heart space, and gradually letting the arms float down again. And just working with the breath on this one. So it might be that we're breathing in as far as the heart space, and then out as we prepare to embrace the universe, and then breathing in again, or breathing out again, whatever rhythm you're working at. The main thing is that you're moving with the breath. But the heart needs space, and we need to open that heart space up. Just inviting space for people, for things, for the world. Just opening up. Because when we're tense, we tend to close up, because we tend to arch the back and the shoulders, so that makes us kind of emotionally closed as well. So just allowing that opening to happen. So that's opening the heart. Nice way to work with the rising energy of the spring. And again, you can invite the Lao Gong point into this, so you can maybe imagine or just sense that spot opening up. You can breathe through it if you prefer. Imagine breathing through the Lao Gong, with that place on the palm of the hand. You can invite a smile as well. The cosmic smile, like a smile that kind of comes from within. Okay, coming back to Uchi. Just allowing yourself to just find that little place again on the base of the foot, or base of the feet, the young chun, the bubbling spring, in that contact with the earth. And then finally we're going to offer up the lotus to the heavens. So we're going to be doing some visualization. So inviting that movement in through the palms, bending the knees a little, breathing in, inviting that energy up to form a little bud over the heart. And then as we bring the bud up towards the third eye, the bud opens a little, and then we offer that beautiful opening flower up to the heavens as the petals widen. And then we gather up some energy from the heavens, and then we pull it back down. Back down to the earth, connecting the earth to the heavens and gathering up that energy from the earth. That bud is being prepared, that growth. And the petals just open a little bit over the third eye and then open up fully to the heavens, making that offering and gathering in. Bringing it back down again. You can imagine whatever flower you want. It doesn't have to be a lotus. It can be absolutely anything. And again, working with the breath. Whatever feels like the right pace for you. And then settling back down into Qi. So yeah, a very big thank you to Bill for becoming our model. So thank you, Bill, for agreeing to be my victim.
You're welcome.
So we're just going to talk through some of the important points of this season. We talked about gallbladder 21, which is known as the shoulder well. This is quite easy to locate, so if we're just going from the neck and just tracing a line down to that bony part of the top of the shoulder, that's the acromion process. If we just come back a little bit and trace it to about halfway between those points, you might just feel a little bit of a tenderness there. And that's the gallbladder 21. And just give it a little circular massage, the shoulder well. Nice firm circular pressure. You might want to tap it, pat it. So when we're doing the patting, we're touching that point. You can get someone else to do this for you. It's not a good point to use if for women if you're pregnant. This actually helps to just soften any burdens that we feel that we're carrying. Release any tension, any stress. It can help with migraines, help with high blood pressure. But if we feel like we've got the weight of the world on our shoulders, then this is a really good point to work with. Just releasing the stress and the tension. If you are stressed, it might feel quite tender. Lovely. So again, when we did the tapping, we focused on gallbladder 20, which is called the gate of consciousness. This is the base of the skull, so it's the hollows at either side of the neck. So it's where you have the spine, it's either side of those. You can just feel the hollows. If you just feel around, you should be able to feel a little bit of a hollow right at the, at the hairline, I suppose. And it's really good to just massage that area, maybe press, apply a little bit of pressure and just release. And just feeling your way around that area. So just don't stick to one area, but just press around it. Just press into that hollow and just circular movements, gentle movements. It's whatever feels nice. It's also known as the wind gate. This really helps with headaches and neck pain and any eye issues. It's also good if you feel like you're starting with a cold or flu, or you've been recovering from it. It just helps to sort of clear the head. You can work down into the neck a little bit on either side of the spine. Just don't press on the spine itself. Just work in the hollows either side in the muscles. Perfect. And another thing that we did when we rubbed the hands together is we got some heat going through the Lao Gong, and then we rubbed all around the knees. And what we are working with here when we do this, on the outside of the leg, near the knee, there's a few points just there of the gallbladder meridian. The gallbladder comes up on the outside and the liver comes up on the inside of the leg. So we're just beginning to work some of the gallbladder points here. This is GB34, gallbladder 34, also known as the Yang Mound Spring. It's helpful for sciatica and knee pain. It's also good for moods, regulating moods, balancing mood swings, and any sort of pain that we might get in the lower legs, any referred pain from the back. So just as the gallbladder meridian is on the outside of the knee, the liver channel is on the inside. And what we're working around here is the LV8, the liver 8, which is spring at the bend. That's it. So it comes right down into this muscle area here along the side. It's very difficult to find this one, so it's always good just to work around that whole area, and the chances are you will touch it. So this spring at the bend, liver 8, tonifies any yin. So from any kind of emotional work or any sort of mental or physical or emotional strain. So yin energy we get a lot of in autumn and winter. It's very inward, it's very still, it's also it can be quite depressive. It's a very gentle energy. And this also supports the knees as well. So it's really, really good to work all around the knees. The knees take a lot of strain. It just really helps to support the emotional system. So any mental, physical, emotional strain can be really well supported with this point. That's it. So if we sort of imagine a line from the nipple going straight down across the ribs, then we find the gates of hope. We find liver 14, the gate of hope. So it's about halfway down the line parallel to the belly button, if you will. So we're kind of, where the belly button is, we're sort of moving across and moving up towards the nipple, and it's about halfway. Just across the ribs, really, like the lower ribs. We're just tapping or rubbing that area. And the gate of hope, like a lot of liver energy, is about motivation, it's about our purpose, and it can really help with depression, any abdominal distension or bloating. So if you have IBS, if you get acid reflux, this is a good place to work. So just get all that area. It might be really helpful to kind of pat with the little fingers, so that the fingertips, just making sure that you get that whole area, and you will find the gate of hope in there somewhere. Not all the points are very easy to find, but if you can feel the ribs where they curve, then you've got the gate of hope there somewhere. Wonderful. So we're just going to have a look at a couple of points on the liver meridian, a couple of important points, so that you can massage your feet if you want to, when you've had if you want to soak your feet in the bath or in a little tub, and then you want to do this afterwards. It's quite a nice thing to do. So the liver meridian begins on the inside of the big toe. So between the big toe and the second toe, just kind of parallel to the toenail edge. So about a thumb's width from the toenail. And if you just press around there a little bit, you may just feel a slight tenderness. Not always, some people do. But just sort of circular massaging movements around the edge there. Because not all these points are easy to get right onto exactly. So this is the Dardoon, this is the big mound or the large pile. And any chi that stagnates in the liver meridian can be released a little bit more here. And the liver energy is kind of the only organ, the liver, is where what's going on the inside is expressed in the outer world. So our sense of purpose, our energy, our motivation is kind of seated here in the liver energy. So depression and lethargy can present with a liver imbalance. So we're just stimulating that area. Give it a little nice little sort of pressing and little circular movements. Then we can move up into the web between the toe, that's it, between the big toe and the next toe. Right in that webbing there, that's LV2, that's the moving between point. And that just helps to clear any excess heat in the liver, can soothe irritability. And it's about a thumb's width down from that webbing between the toes. It's helpful for headaches as well, this point. And then if we follow it a little bit further up the foot, and again, press around a little bit. Between the two bones of the feet is liver 3, LV3. Oh, I can really feel that on mine actually. It's a very calming point. It can really help soothe any depressive, any low mood feelings. Yeah, so just those 3 nice points on the feet are always good to work with. If you've got any sore points on these acupressure points, if they feel tender, then you possibly may have a bit of a congestion of chi in that area. It can indicate that a little bit of care, a little bit of TLC is needed in that area.